Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Anxiety and Depression is Not the End, episode 12. The hardest thing while going through anxiety and depression, you're probably, if you have it right now, is trying to convince yourself not to give up. Your mind is going to tell you a lot of bad things, a lot of negative things on a daily basis. And one of the things it's going to tell you is that there is no future ahead for you. There's nothing good that's going to happen. You're never going to heal yourself. You're going to live the rest of your entire life living like this, in this horrible, dark place, that you're going to be alone, that, there is no point taking those steps. And even if you do take those steps, it's not going to take you anywhere, I kept listening to that voice in my head, my mind telling me that every single day. And the more you pay attention to it, the more you focus to those thoughts, you're going to start to believe in every single thing it tells you, right? And the more it happens without you having the control to basically step in there and start, figuring out which are the thoughts that are really matter to you, you're going to listen to those negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts are going to make you feel like there really is nothing for you to look forward to, right? And it's just the process that we have to go through while you're having anxiety and depression. It's just something that it does to us. It takes over your mind and all the thoughts that come in, because there's no positive thoughts involved. It's all negative thoughts. And once these negative thoughts start to happen like all the time, sometimes you just want to shut it off or just tell it to shut up, right? Like, it's like you just don't want that you don't want it to be in your environment anymore. You don't want to listen to all the nasty things it's telling you, right? You just want it to go away. And that's when you're just like, I just want to sleep all day. I don't even want to go through the day doing anything, and if you're taking medication right now, you might tell yourself, hey, maybe I should just take a couple of more, right? So I could just sleep through the entire day. And I went through that, I went through that because I was so sick and tired, of thinking how bad my life was, and waking up every single day feeling that way. It was just, I didn't want to go through another day living like that, right? I didn't want to harm myself physically, but there were times when, I just sat there and I just said, just give me a heart attack right now. Or, I just woke and I just told myself, like, I hope I don't wake up in the morning, or, and there were so many days where I just wanted to give up, and there's one day that I literally thought that was the day that I was just literally just saying, okay, that's it. I am so done, right? And I packed my bags. And I left my house, not saying goodbye to my family, and I really thought that was probably the last day I was going to see them, right? So, and I told myself, I'm just going to walk as far as I can until I collapse, and then we'll just see what happens from there. And I did. I walked for almost 4.5 hours, and I was so tired, so weak, and I kept telling myself on that day, and I looked up and I said, God, if there was a reason for me to be here, if there was a purpose for me, give me a sign or anything, that there's something for me to look forward to, right? And as I was walking, I approached this intersection where my sister lived, and I had the choice, I had a decision whether I should continue moving forward, right, or turn right to my sister's house, because I was absolutely so tired. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my sister appeared, right? She rolled down the window and she said, Roger, what are you doing here? And I literally told her, I don't know, right? So I jumped into the car and she drove me home. But after that day, it made such a big change in my life, because I realized what I was really leaving, what I was leaving, my family, I was leaving, the things that brought me joy and happiness, and all the things I should be grateful for, right? So that changed my life. But again, that was, if you're at that point where you're telling yourself, hey, you know what, I'm done, I really can't, see myself being anywhere out there in the future. I can't see myself being happy. I can't see myself healing myself. My life is always going to be like this for the rest of my life. I was thinking of that too. I did. I honestly did. And every single day, it was like that until I realized that, hey, you know what, Roger? There is so much you need to be grateful for. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. You know, anything can happen next week. You know, a lot of things can happen in a year, right? And it's really tough when your mind is just absolutely so cluttered and it's almost like you can't even breathe anymore. That, you know, these negative thoughts are just so powerful that there's no chance for you to even think positive. And that's when you start to tell yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to give up because there's no point anymore. I really can't see myself in a happy place, right? But that's why I thought my story, I feel, was very important for me to share, because I wanted people to know that even though you have anxiety or you have depression, or if you hit rock bottom, that you can change your life. There is something out there ahead of you that you have not seen yet. And you need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself every single day so that you can experience what that better version of yourself is going to be like, right? And giving up, honestly, you gain nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing. But if you're trying every single day, if you're telling yourself, hey, you know what? I really want to see that version of myself where I see myself being happy. I really want to see a version of myself where things are going to be okay. You know, where I'm going to finally find, you know, all those things that I'm searching for, right? But you're not going to find that if you decide you're going to give up, right? So, you know, really think about it. You know, sometimes it's really tough to really just pause for a moment and just think what it's going to be like if I really did try every single day. If I took those little steps, and even if I took those little steps, even if I didn't make any progress today, or if it doesn't feel like it, tell yourself, I am making progress. I am making progress. These little steps, they're not gonna feel like, you know, I'm gonna celebrate the next day or anything, right? Because they are tiny steps. But as long as you're taking those little tiny steps, eventually they're gonna lead to great things, right? So, you know, they always say giving up is not an option. And it's absolutely so true. You know, you just have to remind yourself every single day that you have to stay strong and you have to keep moving forward. And whatever is going on in your mind right now, it can be fixed. You know, you need to start training. If you've been watching my previous episodes, right, for this series, I talk about focus. I talk about loving yourself. I talk about taking care of yourself. I talk about, you know, listening to that inner voice, right, that's telling you to stay strong, even though it's faint. It's there, right? But you have that choice to listen to really focus on which thoughts are you going to pay attention to. Which are the thoughts that are telling you that are going to take you to a better place, not the thoughts that are going to tell you that, hey, it's a dead end here. You know, there's absolutely nothing across that bridge for you to look forward to, right? That voice is just something that's telling you lies, because there's absolutely so many beautiful things out there, right? I didn't even see that when I was at the brink of giving up, because I couldn't visualize it, you know. But all these visions I had of me in a better place started to happen when I started to learn how to focus, when I started to, you know, really look at myself and say, hey, Roger, you're harming yourself by not eating properly, you know, like not even, you don't care about yourself, you know, and you're hating everything. You're hating the world, you're hating people, you're just hate, you know, and anger. It's like, you know, all the bad stuff. So I had to remove that out of my system, and I had to start, you know, really being grateful. First of all, you know, being grateful for the things that I already have, right? My family, you know, the place, you know, I have a house that I can live in. I can have 3 meals a day. You know, all those things, you know, are so crucial into prepping your mindset so that you can start, you know, first of all, having the strength, right, to have a stronger mindset, and also to have the focus on what you want in your life. What is it do you want in your life? Do you want happiness? Yes. But the question is, how hard are you going to work for it? Are you willing to work on yourself every single day? Are you willing to take those steps no matter what stands in your way? You know, it's that determination, right? once you get that determination and you're focused on heading towards that happiness that you so badly want, then you won't even be thinking about giving up anymore, right? You're just gonna be you move forward, right? Because you've already you're locked in. You're locked into that target, that goal that you want, right? That happiness that you want. And then once you're so locked in and you have focus, like laser-like focus, and you want to head towards that destination, those negative thoughts that you've been experiencing, every day for the longest time, they are still going to appear, right? But they are slowly going to move away. They're going to, and once you start strengthening your mindset a lot, you don't have time to think about those negative thoughts anymore, because you're so focused on, getting to your happiness, getting to that place where you're going to become that better version of yourself that you've been picturing every single day, right? So, don't give up, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tough it is for you, and it's going to take little steps. It's going to take a lot of work, right? If you feel that it's worth it, and you can convince yourself that, hey, you know what, I really believe in myself, and I believe that I can overcome this darkness, and one day I will see myself on top of that mountain, smiling and laughing and looking down and telling myself, I'm so glad I made that decision to keep moving forward, and that I didn't give up, right? And one day you are going to get there. I made it. I was able to stand up there and look down, and I was so proud of myself, right? And I want you to feel that the same way too. And I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. All right. So remember, strengthen your mindset, focus, love yourself as much as possible, and be grateful for everything that you have already in your life. So hopefully this video helps. Hopefully I can get episode 13 out very, very soon. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And also like the video. And remember, your mind matters, and I'll catch you next one.